I, okay, and
All
we
right,
are
here we go.
live with another episode with Real Talk Live with Rima. This morning, I have a great guest of mine. We've met actually through social media before. I
Yeah.
knew that I know his parents, and his mom is a great friend of mine. So it's just like it's a small world when you're in real
Yeah.
estate. And we happened to do a transaction together a few months ago, and it was
Yeah.
amazing. So today I want to introduce you William Nehme.
Hey,
He
everybody.
he's a not I wouldn't say newbie. He's been in the business for a couple of years, EXP
Yeah.
agent, killing it with his YouTube channel. And that's what I brought him in today because I wanted to hear about his experience, his journey, and how he made kind of like social media one aspect of social media, one of his number one resources to bring value to his clients and
Mhm.
agents and his business. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining me, William.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
I'm excited to
Yeah.
have you. So go ahead and introduce yourself. I know I did a little bit, but I know there's
Yeah.
much, much more.
Of course. Yeah. So, yeah, my name is Will. I'm a EXP real estate agent out here in Los Angeles, California. I'm also a YouTube content creator. My YouTube channel is based on real estate, business, entrepreneurship. I help newer agents on their journey in the real estate industry, and that's just a little breakdown of what my content is about and what I do out here. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
And you've been in real estate for 2 years,
Three
correct?
3 years, a little over 3 years now.
3 years, but I
Yeah.
believe at the beginning you didn't take it too seriously. From
So yeah. So in the beginning, when I first started off, I was kind of part time because I still had another job, and then I had quit that job and did my best to go into real estate full time. But of course, it's extremely tough going into real estate full time, especially like right after you quit a job and everything. So my first year, it was like very on and off. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. So it made it even harder for me. There was like a very long time where there really just wasn't much that I could do. But then after the pandemic started to slow down a little bit, things started building in my business and stuff. But that's basically how it went. Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
And you started with a different company. You started
Yes.
with Keller Williams. How
Yes,
did
I
you
did.
join the team? Were you on your own? Like how
Yeah.
did your journey start?
So I was on my own when I was at Keller Williams. It was just me and my mentor, and then I had a transaction coordinator. Excuse me, and I'm solo now too. So I've basically been a solo agent my entire career.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And I know, like we all know, the effect and the
Mhm.
impact of social media in general.
Yes.
And I know less than a year ago, I've been following you for a while, but I
Mhm.
believe less than a year ago, you
Mhm.
took your YouTube channel and contents to another
Yeah.
level. And that's what
Yes.
I want to talk in details about today because,
Yeah.
like, and not just taking it to another level, you've been so consistent at it. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
I
key.
appreciate that.
So,
It is. It is the key, and I I did take my content really to another level. There was a long period of time, well, like about like 4 or 5 months where I actually didn't post anything on YouTube. I had some things going on where I actually didn't even really have access to like record in like a studio setup or anything like that. But during that time, I was really working on taking my content to the next level, focusing on building my audio, visuals, lighting, editing, all of that stuff. Because I always tell agents that yes, you should start on YouTube, start recording content, just start putting yourself out there, even if you just have your iPhone or whatever. But I highly, highly recommend that everybody, if you are taking YouTube seriously, invest in equipment. It makes a huge difference, especially with the way YouTube kind of recommends content. They recommend 4K content over other content. So they're going to be recommending the content that has more quality, but put that aside, people in general enjoy content that is just more quality. When the audio is bad in a YouTube video, they're more likely to click off of that. If the visuals are bad, they're more likely to click off of that. They want to see quality content, and that's what people are here for. So I really worked on that. It took me a while. I know it may look easy now that like I have everything set up and everything looks great on my channel, but that was a lot of work, especially as someone who's a solo agent. I don't really have any like tech team or anything like that. And I've never been a tech person. So I had to figure everything out on my own. I had to figure out the camera work and kind of like what the best settings were on the camera, the best settings on my mic, the lighting. I mean, everything you see is just, it was done by me. And it took a lot of work. So I'm proud of where it's come to now. Now I'm just focusing on staying consistent, putting out content every week.
So
Yeah.
you don't have anybody who edits. You're like one man show for as far as
One
YouTube.
man show. Yeah. I edit, I film, edit, outline my videos. I'm basically, yeah, doing it at least for now. Yeah. It's me.
And what's your
Mhm.
contents about? Like, what do you?
Yeah, so mainly my content is about I help home buyers and sellers. I give them great tips. I talk about all different kinds of subjects for them and for my clientele. And then I also have like an agent centric content where I'm really helping newer agents and things, and literally everything from being a successful agent to content creation, how to be good at it, and basically everything that can help newer agents and agents in general. I even have content for agents who are experienced on my YouTube channel. So that's a little bit about of what I have on there.
And I know we've talked offline a little bit that
Hmm.
you are attracting, since you started YouTube channel and being consistent
Hmm.
with it, you've been attracting a lot of people, not necessarily from our local area, but you've been
Hmm.
attracting people from different states. So can you talk a little
Yes.
bit about that and how's that doing for
Yeah.
you, for your business and life?
Yeah, of course. So I've been grateful enough to partner with amazing agents nationally, and so I have agents now in Michigan. I have agents in Orlando, Florida, out here in Los Angeles, Hawaii, um, St. Louis, Missouri. Basically, just all over the nation. I've been very grateful to grow my network and partner with many amazing agents, and they've all you know trusted me and my experiences, and they've just all been great. They've allowed me to learn a lot as well, especially about their local markets. There's so many different things about their local markets where I'm like, wow, like real estate definitely is not the same. To some extent, it is not the same in every state. Some people have
No.
crazy rules, especially like with us being in California. We actually have it like a little bit easier when it comes to like just getting your license and starting with a brokerage. A lot of some of my other agents, they have like pretty strict rules in their state. So it's pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah, I hear some
Yeah.
states it takes you a year to get your license.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, especially now, like everybody's trying to become an agent, so the Department of Real Estate's like backed up 3, 4 months to even go and get
Right.
an appointment. So yeah, it's been rough.
So with your YouTube channel, how
Mhm.
often do you post?
I post once a week, so for the most part I post once a week, but I do have once a month where I have a minute on the market video. So I'll put that out there, as well as YouTube Shorts. So if we're kind of taking everything into consideration, I'll probably post like 1 or 2 times a week. But for the most part, my main content is one video every week on Thursday.
Okay, and how long is that video that you post, that one?
Yeah, so it all depends. I have videos that are 4 or 5 minutes long, and I have videos that are 17 and 18 minutes long. So it all really just depends on what the video is and the nature of the content itself and what I'm going to be talking about.
There's so many like not, I wouldn't say classes, but there's so many like training out there. There's so
Hmm.
many talks about YouTube and the long videos, the short
Hmm.
videos. People like short videos. People like long videos.
Yes. Hmm.
What's your take on that? I know
Yeah.
before I used to hear like YouTube, you have to do long videos. You have to do
Hmm.
long formatted videos. And now
Yes.
the shorter the better. So it's like
Yeah.
what do you think, since you are so invested in that?
Yeah, of course. That's a great question. And I would always recommend to make the video as short as you possibly can. Like sometimes when I'm even looking at some of my videos and I'll see that they're close to 20 minutes long, I'll be like, dang, I got to do my best to like edit it to be shorter. Obviously, sometimes it's out of your control. Like my video yesterday was about the home buying process from start to finish. It's kind of tough to explain each part of the home buying process in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So that video was like about 17 minutes long. But I do recommend having every video as short as possible because everybody's attention span is just very thin nowadays, and you'll basically I don't want to sell them, but you'll basically get them with your first like 20 seconds of your content. So you want to make sure it's coming out good already and it's a shorter video. I mean, me personally, I don't know about you, but when like I'm surfing YouTube, I click on the shorter videos.
Yeah,
That's just what yeah,
yeah. My
yeah,
attention
yeah.
span is like, if
Yeah,
you
I know, exactly. Yeah. That's how I am too.
I'm
I'm
not
like,
gonna sit here and do 20, 30-minute video. It's not me. I mean, it's not.
it,
That's why I'm attracted
mhm,
to like short videos. So when they tell me do
yeah,
long videos, I'm like, I'm not gonna even
yeah,
sit and watch my own videos for 20
yeah.
minutes and expecting the consumer to do that.
I literally sometimes when I'm watching my videos, when I'm editing my content, sometimes I'm because I rewatch my videos a few times just to make sure everything is good and nothing is like weird about it. And sometimes even I'm like, damn, okay, like now I gotta watch it for like a third, fourth time or whatever. So that's why I do the best that I can to make it as short as possible because I'm with you on that. Like when I'm going through YouTube, I just like looking at the shorter videos. Unless I know it has to be a long video, I am usually clicking on the shorter videos.
And speaking of shorter videos and longer
Mhm.
videos and videos in general,
Yeah.
and you mentioned that you rewatch your videos.
Yes.
For me personally, I I mean, I still till
Mhm.
now, which I do a lot of videos. It's not.
Yeah.
I still struggle with it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm being vulnerable. It's just like
Yeah, of
it's not
course.
my thing. That's like, oh, I'm so excited to get on camera. It's
Yes,
always
yes.
that, butterfly in my stomach. Is like,
All the
damn, like
time.
I have to go live or I have to go on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I learned not to rewatch my videos because
Mhm.
I have to. I judge myself all the time.
Yes.
I have to like redo it or take this
Mhm.
out or take this out or my hair is not straight, my makeup's not
Mhm.
good, my
Yes.
accent is sticking out more than normal. So I
Yeah.
don't rewatch and I tell like my agents and
Mhm.
my colleague, it's like
Mhm.
don't overthink it. Just
Yes.
just shoot it and post it.
That's yeah.
What's your take about that? And how do you do with your own videos?
Yes, that's so big. Yeah, I totally agree. It's really really tough to rewatch my stuff and edit it. And I know that that's one of like that's a big reason for a lot of people to not start content creation. Uh but so what's funny about it is a lot of people will watch my videos and be like, "Your content is so great. You're made for this. You're built for this. You have the speaking for it." And I always tell them, I'm like, "One day I'm gonna compile just a bunch of videos of me messing up where I am talking in front of my camera and I completely forget what to say. And I'll just pause there for a second. And it's the most awkward thing ever. And sometimes I get frustrated. There was one time I was filming a video and all I needed to do left was the outro. So it's like, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe, all that good stuff. I refilmed that because I was so in my head. I'm not joking. I refilmed it 15 times.
Oh, wow.
15 times because I was so in my head and it was like I was coming back from YouTube after like not being on for like 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Sometimes I get nervous. Sometimes I get nervous and I'm so in my head and I get frustrated. So it happens with everyone. So that final product you see on my channel, that's not exactly it didn't get I didn't go 15 minutes straight of perfectly just nailing everything. Like there's a lot that I mess up on. So that is something that I really feel like between content creators needs to be talked about more, so that other people can feel more encouraged to go and film their content. It's never perfect. There's always something that's wrong. And like you said about the whole reshoot thing, my video last week while I was editing and I was a little late on my editing and I was editing on Thursday, the day my video was supposed to come out. There was something I didn't like. I had to refilm the whole video. I refilmed the entire video on Thursday, edited the entire video on Thursday, and uploaded it on that whole day. I was just working on it, and that's really tough because I have my content scheduled out in a week span. One day I film, one day I edit, one day I'm outlining my videos. Like I have a whole thing planned out. So imagine me. I literally had to do a week's worth of work in one day. So
Wow.
it was really yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
And William, why you chose YouTube versus like why like you really focused on YouTube versus the other channels that we have out there?
Yeah, so the reason I focus on YouTube so much is because it's sustainable and it's efficient. So what I mean by that is my video I posted about why I left Keller Williams. I posted that in October of 2020, and I get about 50 views every single day on that video.
Wow.
And that was posted a year and a half ago. So, unlike Instagram, you post a story, it's gone in 24 hours. If you post a regular post or whatever, I mean, maybe a few days it'll stick around, but it's not going to be something that's going to be staying around for long. And with YouTube, you can post content and that video will stay with you the next 5 to 10 years and really help you out. I mean, this video that of why I love Keller Williams is now at 11,000 views. So it's just like I said, every day it's getting 50 views a day. Some days it'll get 60 or 70 if it's a good day. So that's why I'm so on like just stuck with YouTube, because I know that that's what's going to allow all my other social medias to grow. So YouTube, I like to tell everyone, is my foundation for my business, for selling real estate, for growing my other social medias. That's why I'm so big on YouTube.
Yeah, and you're
Mhm.
attracting agents too all over, like
Exactly that too. Yeah,
And do
yeah.
you everything in your channel is organic, or do you put money behind it?
So it is, everything is organic, but what exactly do you mean by like putting money
I know
behind
the
it? Like,
SEO, and that you like for pay ads. Like I'm not too familiar
oh,
with YouTube, so do you do
yeah.
that, or everything is organic when it comes to your?
Yeah, everything is organic. I don't really pay for any ads for my YouTube videos. I mean, I'll post it on my Instagram, but I don't pay for anything to advertise it or expose it or anything like that.
And how did you learn YouTube? Like you kind of like, did you go to a class? Did you like
Yeah.
how did you learn it? Because I mean, it's a lot to do it the right
Hmm.
way.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a full time
It,
job.
oh, 100% a full-time job. Yeah, it is. It is. So that's why I really, really like, big props to all my agents out there who are doing YouTube and content creation while selling real estate at the same time. It's like you're filming your content in the morning, and then at during the afternoon and night you're showing homes, listing appointments. Like, that's very tough, and a lot of people don't really look at that and see how hard agents work with that. But when it comes to me learning YouTube, so after I left KW and started filming my content in like October of 2020, I I didn't take any class. I didn't really do anything. I filmed my video with this old camera that I had, and I just sat down and I wrote everything out of like what I wanted to talk about, and then I filmed it, and then I just kind of, I didn't even know where to go on YouTube. I was just like surfing it on there. I'm like, where do I post a video? Like, where do I go here? And then I finally found it, and then I just put my video out there. There wasn't really anything I learned. YouTube is a lot like newer agents in the business. So a lot of them are scared to go work with buyers or sellers because they don't know what to do, and they're like, I'm so scared to just go out there. But the thing is you get your experience by putting yourself out there, and that's what I had to do with YouTube. I had to put myself out there, and that's how I gained all of my experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And what's your future with your channel? What do you see yourself going with it?
I see
The
myself.
goal, or is the goal behind it, or what?
So there's little goals here and there. My goal this year is to get monetized. So that means I need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. And as fast as my channel is growing, I'm still not on track this year to make that happen. To be completely honest with you, I'm not on track to make that happen. But I know with consistency, I could make that happen. So I have little goals here and there. There isn't really a final goal because I can see myself getting to 100,000. I can see myself going to 500,000. I see that. I can see it even now with only a little over 300 subscribers. I can see that happening. So it's just going to take consistency, and I tell agents all the time, if you put your mind to something, you really have to look at it and be like, no matter what, I'm not going to give up on it. So what that means for me is, even if I don't hit 1,000 subs for the next 2 or 3 years, you're still going to see me posting content every single Thursday.
100%.
So nothing's going to change. Yeah. Yeah.
What about real estate? What's the goal for real estate?
Yeah, so my goal in real estate is, so I'm at EXP. I would love to hit icon status. That would be awesome. I'm definitely not like there yet. I'm not close to that yet. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done for my real estate career itself. I've been progressing every single year, which is great. I'm kind of just now really going 100% full time into real estate. Like I said, that first year it was kind of rocky. Then the pandemic hit, and now it's just after a few things that happened earlier last year, I really started to put myself full time. I want to say like summer of last year, and it's been going great. Everything has been going really well. Selling real estate has been great. The business has been good. Obviously, we live in a really like tough market right now, so it's hard to get offers accepted. But that's the name of the game. So, real estate wise, yeah, I want to hit icon status as an EXP agent. I want to cap. I want to do all that. I want to experience being an elite agent. Like I want to experience that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And if somebody's watching you out there and they wanted
Hmm.
to start any channel, like I say,
Yeah.
focus on one thing
Hmm.
and master it till you move to the next. Like we find ourselves like want to master Facebook and
Yes.
Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and LinkedIn, and we're like
Hmm.
scattered all over the place.
Yeah.
And we don't master anything at a high level, and that's
Yeah.
what I like about you, because you're focusing on that one channel and that one channel only, even though you have
Yeah.
other channels, but that's your main thing, that this is
Yeah.
must happen. So
Hmm.
first of all, you did mention that you would pick YouTube over anything else, but what
Yeah.
would other than that, what would you advise like newbies that they're
Hmm.
starting a channel, and how would they go about it, and what's your best advice for them today, if you
Yeah.
knowing what you know now, and when you start,
Hmm.
like what would be the best advice for them?
I would say right from the get go, right when you start, understand and commit to it. Commit to yourself. Don't just quit on it. Like you have to keep staying consistent. You have to be patient. There are going to be so many times where you cannot figure out something. Like for the life of you, you just can't figure out something. Stay on it. Keep going. Stay on it. Continue putting your work out there and just stay consistent with your content. If you're going to be posting 1 or 3 times a week, stay consistent with that schedule and keep putting it out there every single week. And then at some point, if you're saving up the money for it or whatever you're doing, at one point, invest in good quality, invest in good lighting, invest in a good camera, invest in a good mic, invest in a good laptop for editing, like invest in all that stuff. It's all going to be worth it in the end. So that's what I would say.
Perfect, perfect.
Hmm.
And I see people having more than one YouTube channel.
Hmm.
Do you suggest that?
It's really tough to say because everybody is on their own journey with YouTube. So some people see it fit to start a second channel. To be completely honest with you, as of now, I can't even think about doing that. My hands are so full with one channel, especially with me just being on my own. Like maybe when I have an editing team one day and I have a whole team around my channel, maybe I would do it for like specifically home tours or specifically one subject. But I've always kind of been a all in one place kind of person. So even if you notice on my Instagram, I don't have a business page. It's my Instagram page runs everything because I already started off with like a decent following on Instagram, so it just kind of didn't make sense for me to start up a whole new page and start from zero. I've always kind of been a all in one place person because even for like Instagram, for example, if I made a business page and I post my newest listing, I'm gonna be posting it on my personal page and my business page. So I'm like, if I'm gonna be posting them on both, might as well just keep
Yeah.
one page. Why do I have to duplicate it and whatever? So that's kind of been one of my things. I don't know where the future may hold. I maybe in the future may make a second YouTube channel, but as of now, I don't see that happening. But
Yeah,
you never know.
it's a lot when you have so many pages. It's a lot.
It's
I
too
mean,
much. Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to have my marketing guy that he's
Yeah.
all that. But other than that, I
Right.
would not. I mean, it's a full time job. Like
It
social
is.
media, it is a full time job. Like it's
It is.
takes a lot of time for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm right now trying to get on TikTok, so that's a whole other thing that I'm trying to put myself in. And yeah, social media is definitely a thing you have to schedule out weekly and stay consistent with.
awesome.
Hmm.
Anything you'd like to add?
Nothing, just make sure to keep staying consistent. Believe in your work, have confidence in your work and in yourself. Don't let yourself get too into your head. We all make mistakes, and that's just a part of the game. Nobody is perfect. Just keep putting yourself out there and do what you got to do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me this
Yeah.
morning. You are
Of
amazing.
course.
I know you're heading in the right path. I
Thank
cannot
you so
wait
much.
what the future is going to hold for you. And what's your YouTube channel so for people to watch?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is my name, so it's William M. Nehme, and my last name is spelled Nehme. William M. Nehme. Just search me up, and you should find me on there. And I hope you guys find my content very valuable.
I sure do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Will. I
Of
appreciate
course.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye.